This is Lipton, and you're listening to the latest episode of the Starcraft podcast. And tonight, I have with me Combat EX, go-to Starcraft player, and even more unique Starcraft commentator. So, Combat, you're known for your very fast talking VODs. Can you tell us a little bit more about your commenting style?
The reason I talk fast is because it was really hard for me to cover all the information without talking at that speed. Like, I tried talking slower at times, and then I realized that I was really missing out on a lot of key information, and so I just picked up my speed. And I also watched some other commentators, and I saw that some of them talked fast, and they could actually keep up with the game, and that's the reason I started talking fast.
Another advantage of talking fast, especially during live commentating, is you kind of give the viewer insight on your exact thoughts at specific moments, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, the live audio while playing is helpful for all the viewers. I would say I do the audio post-game around 50% because sometimes it's just really hard. Like, whenever I'm having an off day, it's really hard to do the audio while I'm playing because that actually does require a lot of work. It's actually not that easy. I'd say it is really helpful because you know what I'm going to do, like, before I do it. And that is a really big help. But I guess if I do the audio after, it's still not that bad because I obviously know what went through my head while I was doing it. It's just a little bit better when I'm doing it while I'm playing, but it's a lot harder also.
Do you have a personal favorite VOD that you've commentated of yourself versus someone?
Personally, I try to make a few of my games really epic. Like, for example, Game 50, I think it was a very good view, and I actually watched it myself. Like, I usually watch my videos once by myself to see if they're all, like, good when they're on YouTube. But that video I probably watched 2 or 3 times because I was actually, like, at my peak there, and it was actually really entertaining to watch. And yeah, some of them, like, for example, Game 50, and then for Game 100, I'm also doing something really, really nice. And yeah, some of my games, I say my Protoss Reserve, I watch all my games at least once, but my Protoss Reserve I probably watched like 2 times, considering it is my best matchup. And yeah, it's entertaining for me too, even though I was the one making it.
As far as your opponents go, do you usually play within your clan or iCup? Where do you get your matches?
Well, usually, I'll actually give a small timeline here. Approximately a year ago, I just played pubs, and surprisingly, I actually was nothing higher than probably, I'd say, D+, C- IC Cup. And so, yeah, I used to play there, and I wasn't actually that good. And then I started playing some private games, approximately, I don't know, seven months back, and then I'd say just skip a few more months, and I'd say approximately like 1 month back when I got like a lot of popularity and lots of fans from my videos. I got like good 100 to 150 members in my clan, and usually I just set up tournaments, and all the tournaments are just like whoever basically wins the tournament I face, and that's where I usually get my games nowadays because obviously if you can win a tournament with like 32 people in it, even though they're all just in my clan, you're probably good enough to either beat me or give me a good challenge. So that's where I usually get my games nowadays, just in my clan, in that sense.
What kind of tips would you give someone who's just starting out exploring Starcraft commentating?
Well, Starcraft commentating, I personally, first of all, if you want to start out commentating and posting videos on YouTube like that, it's actually a lot harder than what it seems. I'll give you guys a quick overview of what I go through before what you actually see on YouTube. Because you guys probably see, 10, 20 to 50, 40-minute videos on YouTube. And it's actually a lot longer process than what you guys see. First, I use Camtasia to record the video. And if I'm doing post-game commentary, then I have to take the Audacity and I have to record audio right after that, which takes double the time because, well, obviously the audio takes as long as the video. And then my computer is actually glitched, which makes it, I have to re-record the video. I honestly don't know why. And I guess other people wouldn't have to do that, but that takes triple the time then. And then I virtual dub it so it's small enough and it's compressed so I can go on YouTube. And then if the video is over 10 minutes long, then I have to split it into parts. And I guess that doesn't take that long, but that's another process I have to go through. And then the YouTube, actually uploading it on YouTube, that would take, depending on the video, I'd say it probably takes 1/4, 1/5 of the video length. So you're looking at a good 4 times of what you guys actually see on YouTube. So yeah, I guess anyone could do it considering I do it, but you gotta really be willing to put some time towards it because it does take a lot of time to actually make a lot of videos, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time and effort and passion needed for it. So moving on from commentating, who's your favorite pro Starcraft player and why?
Yeah, Bisu, I personally like him a lot because he is my favorite. Reason for that is because, well, his Protoss Berserk is his best matchup, and he basically invented the Bisu build, which personally, that is my favorite build. Protoss Berserk also is my best matchup. His middle matchup is Protoss vs Terran, and his worst is Protoss vs Protoss. And that's also the same with me, and I guess there is some similarities in common, but he's obviously a lot better than I am. And basically, I just look up to him for like some motivation in StarCraft because he never fails to impress me. Even though some people have been saying he's in a slump, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I don't even care because he's still really good. And a slump for Bisu would beat me any day or beat anyone near my level any day. So really, really entertaining to watch. And yeah, he's my favorite player by far.
For those that don't know, could you go into detail on what exactly is the Bisu build?
Well, before Protoss Berserk used to be basically just either going gate, so 1 gate, 2 gate, and then teching up with that. Bisu basically invented the fast expand, where I'm pretty sure he basically invented going forge before any gateway, and then getting your nexus up so you're tied. You basically get that fast expansion as fast as Zerg does, because Protoss never did a fast expand. But Bisu allowed Protoss to do a fast expand, which obviously led to Zerg doing a triple expand. But yeah, Bisu build is basically going fast expansion, and now Bisu is also famous for his DT, Stair TT combo. Basically, you get Corsairs, and they kill off the Overlords while your DTs sneak through their base, and then they have no Overlords to detect your Dark Templar, and then you get your Dark Templar to kill off a few drones. And I call it the Bisu harass, but it's incorporated into the Bisu build. And that's a quick overview of how the Bisu build works.
What are your thoughts on current state of StarCraft 2?
StarCraft 2, personally, first of all, obviously it's going to be a success later on, but for the first, say, few months, StarCraft 2 is going to be a total, I wouldn't call it a total bust, but it's going to be going, it's not going to be, it's going to get a lot of complaints, is probably what I can say, because StarCraft 1, think of it, it has only approximately, 30 units, 40 units, I'd say, at the max, I'm talking about all the races overall, and it took approximately, 7, 8 years to start pro gaming. And, well, StarCraft 2 has a good, I'd say, 60 units, 50 units, and that basically changes up all the strategies and adds all the new units in, and also, all the new counters, because, as you guys are aware, StarCraft 2 units are totally different than StarCraft 1 units. Their ability to counter other units is not as, well, it's different. For example, in Protoss vs Terran, Dragoons do not kill tanks, but in StarCraft 2, Dragoons kill tanks pretty badly, and yeah, it's just going to take a whole new strategy, and StarCraft 2 I think it's going to take a long time before it actually gets into pro gaming, and I guess it's just going to take a long time for the pro gamers in StarCraft 1 to master StarCraft 2.
So you think like a few years before the WCG would adopt it?
Oh yeah, definitely, because, well, how is it possible to start it as an esport just right away? I honestly don't think that's possible. I'd say I'd give it a good 10 years, maybe a little less, give and take give and take a few, but I'd say approximately 10 years for esport to get actually, as a big competitive sport, people actually making money off StarCraft 2, because it's just extremely hard. Well, personally, I think it's extremely hard for pro gamers to master it in any less time than a good 10 years. Obviously, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on it.
So Combat, any shout-outs you'd like to give out tonight?
Oh, definitely. I think there's lots of other people that deserve shoutouts because lots of people work as hard as I do in making these videos and making StarCraft basically entertaining YouTube fans to watch it. And first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Diggity because he works very hard in making his videos, and also Motrap and Clazzard, all three of them, I'm buddies with all three of them, and they all have very little time on their hands, and they commentate in all the pro games. And also I'd like to give a shout out to Rise from SE2GG. They all work extremely hard to make their videos. And by the way, I'm only talking about the English commentators. There's a whole new side to Korean commentators and all the other language commentators. I'm just familiar with all these guys, and yeah, if you ever see these guys, give props to them because they all work real hard making their videos. And yeah, they all deserve a shout out. That's pretty much it.
Again, speaking with Combat EX, Starcraft commentator. Go check him out. His YouTube link is posted on this podcast. Thanks for speaking with me tonight, Combat. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.